Good morning, beautiful people. Danielle here. I am having a beautiful, amazing, connected stroll along the beach with these two beautiful animals that have just given me so much joy and love. The amount of love that I've received from both of these beautiful animals in the last few days has just been such a gift. And I'm feeling quite centered and connected. Done some breath work and some meditation and communicating with some lovely people along the beach. And I am listening to a book called Conscious Loving, and it is a great basis on choosing to have a conscious relationship and choosing to even understand what that is and what is a conscious relationship. And it's brought up a topic that I wanted to share from my own experience of what to and not to do when it comes to the commitment piece. And there always comes a time when two people are dating and they're connecting that there's that choice point around what is this and where is it going and what do I want and do I want this relationship, do I not want this, and the different things that we will look at as to figuring out what's taking place, I suppose. And unfortunately, most people don't communicate very openly about this and they don't even tend to know, especially the feminine, what they want. So how the feminine energy works is the feminine energy sort of builds the puzzle from the inside out. So it starts putting the pieces of the puzzle with the data points from the inside of the puzzle, and it starts to build it outward, and then it finds the container of the finished puzzle piece as it goes. So it sort of analyzes the data as it goes. Whereas the masculine energy has quite a different concept to that, where their masculine energy will look at the bigger picture in the puzzle, and it will grab its data points and it works from the border of the puzzle outward and builds it inwardly. And at any point, the container of that relationship could change. So most men in their masculine will look at a potential partner or someone they're dating, and they'll be like, okay, this person is just fun, this person is girlfriend material, this person is possibly marriage material, or this person is a lifelong partner kind of thing. And that's how men will tend to date women as an overall. And most women will be more in that moment and figure it out as they go along in this like learning and flowing with what's taking place. But they also have this thing where most women want some form of commitment. A lot longer or a lot sooner. The feminine energy wants to understand, I guess, their boundaries of what will flow before men are usually ready to put their energy into it. And the reason for this is the masculine energy, once they make a commitment to something, it's kind of like in their brain, in the masculine, it's like, well, once I commit, then I'd die for this, right? So this is like, it's like a life or death situation in the back of the masculine's mind. And it means giving up a lot of freedom. And I mean, unfortunately, in our reality, people are not very balanced, and we don't understand, oh, actually, I can be me and you can be you and we can still have each other. We always think that it means if I commit to this relationship, then I'm going to have to cut off my arms and legs and stick into a box of expectations of what I think you want. Because I don't even know, because half the time I haven't asked what you want in a relationship, because I'm too scared to even know if I can fulfill those expectations or if we are even compatible. So, oh shit, keys in the water. So the thing is, come here. The thing is with compatibility, and I've done pieces on this quite a bit, is that you have to have come here, Sachi. Thank you. You have to have compatibility. So love is not enough. Love, hold that thought. Hang on, 2 seconds. Sachi. Okay, so love isn't enough to maintain a relationship. And unfortunately, most of us think that it is. But there has to be a level of compatibility. And when I talk about compatibility, that comes into values and belief systems, and whether or not you can accept someone or how you see your life going, right? So if you've got a person that values, say, family as one of their highest values, all right, we'll turn around and go back. If you've got a person that values family as one of their highest things, and then you've got another person that values work or purpose as one of their highest things, then you're going to find that there's going to be quite a bit of conflict that pops up in the relationship. And that's because you value completely different areas. One's like all about home and connection with family, and that will be a priority to them in their life. Whereas the other person's going to see that work is going to be one of their main focus points. So there's always going to be this expectation that one person is doing the wrong thing. One person isn't filling the other person's needs. And this purely comes down from people not understanding or knowing themselves enough to even know, okay, wait, hang on, what are my values? And what do I desire in a relationship? And what does that look like for me? Because everyone's idea of what relationship is different. So when these choice points come up, the best way that you can work out like what it is that you want to create with somebody is to ask these questions. What are your needs in relationship? And what are my needs in relationship? And can we meet each other's needs? And be honest and open about that. You know, some people's needs in relationship, maybe for women, it could be that you want a provider. And it could be that you want somebody who has the strength and the ability to hold the family. Or it might be that you, in a relationship, just want the physical affection and the emotional support and security. For a man, they may want somebody who can do those more nurturing, homely duties. Or it could just be that they want the loving and nurturing of that woman. It could be many, many areas of needs. You know, sexual needs is a thing as well. So, you know, what someone's sexual needs, what someone's emotional needs, what someone's physical needs. What are the boundaries if you were going to choose relationship? And what does that look like? Now, most people, when they get to this choice point of commitment, have no fucking idea what the other person wants. And it's more a codependent reaction of finding that you're wanting to fulfill a lack that you have with another person. E.g., lack of self-worth, lack of self-love, and instead of filling that within yourself, you're filling it from another person. And so we commit from a codependent space of validation and control, which is where the empath narcissist dynamic sort of comes in. And if we look at that, there's probably, no, not there probably is, in every single masculine feminine relationship, there is a level of empath narcissism, because the empath is the feminine energy and the narcissist is the masculine energy, to different degrees. So when we come to these choice points, and open communication, talking about your values, talking about your beliefs, talking about your needs, talking about your non-negotiables, so that you then have an idea of what you're actually committing to, what you're actually deciding to put your energy into, and where that's got a possibility of moving to. What are you creating together? And sometimes you might want completely different things. And that means that instead of just ending the relationship, which we're so trained to do, it's like, okay, this relationship isn't working, but I love them so much, but there's so much pain and trauma and drama, and I love them, and I love them, and I'm going to stay, is looking at the reality and can the container change? We often think that if we can't be in a relationship, in a loving, romantic relationship with somebody, then we can't have them in our lives. And that's a very limited perspective, and one that is not very supporting of both people, because somebody that may not be a very good partner to you because of conflicting interests or beliefs may be an amazing friend, maybe an amazing resource in many ways. Maybe they could end up being someone who would be helpful for you for information or knowledge, or you might be their funny, humorous, light person to bring that into their life. So just because maybe you get to a point where you're like, actually, I don't think I can commit to this relationship because I can see that we're not actually on the same trajectory, then you can still have the person in your life. You just have to figure out what the best container is for that connection. I hope that this little video has brought some insight into the commitment piece, and when you're just dating someone, and different things to discuss and communicate, because without the right communication, without communication, you can't have a loving, connected, conscious relationship. Have a absolutely beautiful Monday. And if you got value from this, please comment below. Share with your friends or on your page if you feel called to. And I love you.